There is a difference between acute stress, chronic stress, and complete and total emotional and nervous system shutdown. The problem is that there are all these creators out there that are giving you all this advice for stress, but they're not being specific, because what works for acute stress doesn't work for chronic stress. What works for chronic stress doesn't work for total shutdown. You have to do different things based on neuroscience. So here's the difference in what you can do for each. All right, let's talk about acute stress first. So what happens in acute stress is you're from this calm state and you go up into a stress state and back down to calm and up to stress and down to calm. What could this be, right? This could be going for a walk. This could be doing some jumping jacks. This could be a big presentation. Acute stress means that you shift up into stress while you're working out and you come back down into a healing state at the end. All right, so then what is chronic stress? So imagine this squiggly line. This is your baseline. Chronic stress is when this baseline starts to shift to only being in the stress zone. You never actually get all the way back down to a calm state. You are just, your baseline is now in this stress state. This chronic stress can come from all sorts of things, like overworking and being burnt out, in an abusive relationship, and just general nervous system dysregulation in today's day and age. All right, the last one is total nervous system shutdown. So what's happening here is this baseline is continuously going over time. It's getting more and more and more activated, and you shoot up into this shutdown zone. This is another branch of your parasympathetic nervous system, and what it's doing is pulling a lever saying, all right, we got to shut everything down, because if you get any more stressed, you will die. So it shuts you down, it numbs you out, and completely collapses you. All right, so what tools work for acute stress? This is the breathing tools. This is the grounding. This is the meditation. Those can be great for the acute stress that isn't dysregulated yet. All right, if you're in the chronic stress state, you got to do some different things. You need support. Okay, so you got to support your nervous system by getting enough sleep, exercising, and getting some movement in, which burns cortisol, burns off some of these stress chemicals, and just having a support system that allows you to calm yourself down. Maybe taking 3 to 5 days, like a long weekend, to reset your nervous system. All right, and listen clearly. If your nervous system is shut down, you do not need a breathing exercise. You need a complete reset of your nervous system. I'm talking literally 7 to 14 days on the low end and up to a month on the long end. It's like I've seen people who are so burnt out and so shut down that they literally need a month to recover and reset their nervous system, because it's completely gassed. There's no more energy. There's nothing left in your nervous system. So you have to completely reset it so that you can bring it back down into this calm state, and then you can open it back up and do some of the other tools that work for acute stress and chronic stress. Understanding this is crucial if you're dating, so you can be emotionally available. Follow for more.